Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle and I am excited that you are here because today we're going to be talking about ENFPs, and if there is any type that I care about proper representation in fiction, it is of the ENFP, because I myself am an ENFP and I personally have feelings when ENFPs are represented a certain way. So hopefully we can uncover what that way is through this video. I have the following ranking system. First, we have just the best of the best. This is the creme de la creme, the absolute supreme, the best representation and character, just in general, characters overall. Then we have fabulous. These are great. These are really great, but maybe there's things that I don't really like about them, or their characters don't really develop that much, whatever that might be. Then we have it's a meme. These are the ENFPs that get memed the crap out of them, and it's like, they're a meme. They're a meme. They're not even an ENFP at this point. They are just a fixture that people use to represent ENFPs, or just memes in general. Like they're one of the most memed. Anyway, memes. You get it? Okay. Then we have child's play, because oh my God, are there a lot of ENFPs in children's movies? And I don't really know if we can really compare them, so how many there are, to the rest of the characters. So I've created their own category. And then with Hold My Beer, these are for the ones that really piss me off. I don't actually know if any's gonna go into that category today, but if they do, that category is there, because y'all better hold my beer if I get into that kind of situation, because I'm gonna be upset. I don't remember which all ENFPs I picked, because you guys submitted a lot of ENFPs. I could not pick them all. I had to try to limit myself to at least ones that I knew or had heard of or had at least seen in some sort of context. There were a lot. There were a lot of ENFPs. I'm really glad about that. That's really great. But it was overwhelming. So I have picked like 25 or so ENFPs, so we're gonna just jump into this so this video isn't like super long. Arguably the most iconic character on the list, let alone the fact that he's an ENFP, is Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Those of you who've actually seen Avatar: The Last Airbender will know that Aang has one of the best character arcs of any character in any story ever. It's very difficult to debate how great his character arc is throughout the show, and I actually like him representing ENFPs because I think that he's a great mix of the fun, go happiness, with also the intense creativity and care for those around him. That being said, I think that he is fabulous. I think there are better ones on this list, and that's the only reason he's not going in to the creme de la creme. He may sneak up there later. Then we have Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Again, classic representation of an ENFP, but I'm gonna go ahead and put her in child's play because we have so many kids movies and characters in kids movies. We'll see how she compares to the rest. Right now we can't really talk about it because there's nothing to compare her to. Then we have Clementine from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Have you seen that? If you haven't, go on Netflix right now. Just pause this, go on Netflix and engage yourself with that movie. This is probably one of the best representations of an ENFP ever in fiction. I really love this character so much. She's sort of a take on the trope of the manic pixie girl, without actually being an obnoxious manic pixie girl like we're going to talk about later. I am going to say she might just be the absolute best on this list. There might be someone else, but I don't know. We'll continue to see. Then we have Gene from Bob's Burgers. Bob's Burgers is one of those shows that it's kind of addicting once you start watching it, but also when you realize what you're watching and why you're watching it, it's like, yeah, I watched 16 seasons of America's Next Top Model. I cannot speak to this, but I feel like Gene's a hold my beer kind of character. He is sweet and very kind, and he's a good character, but it's also Bob's Burgers that we're talking about. So hold my beer. Hold my beer, we'll get back to it. Then we have Genie from Aladdin. Any Robin Williams character could do. However, the Genie from Aladdin is one of the best of all cartoon characters, I wouldn't say of all characters, but of all cartoon characters, I'd still say he's child's play. There's not a whole lot of character development for him in the movie, and he really plays a role of a conduit for the main character, not really having any sort of, I don't know. We could argue the purpose of him in the movie, but really it seems like the only purpose of him in the movie is to have fun and to be wacky, in which case I'm going to call it child's play, but he's probably going to be at the top of child's play. We have now Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. Howl is a great example of what an ENFP can look like when they go wrong. I feel like Howl is borderline an antagonist, and I really like that for Howl. It's a fascinating story, and his character goes through a lot of growth and development thanks to the other character whose name I'm forgetting right now, and I would definitely say it is fabulous. Ooh, he's below Aang. Okay, Aang just has more screen time, more ability to develop himself. I could watch Aang in any circumstance, couldn't watch Howl in any circumstance. Howl is really only good in the context of the story. So let's move on. We have next Jo March from Little Women. Have you seen any of the Little Women movies? There are a bunch. I actually grew up on a really old one, and she used like a clothespin to pinch the, no, not Jo, but her sister. And Jo is a great character because she's the one who ends up selling her hair to provide for her family. Like, she's the one who's willing to forego the societal standards to do what's right, and she's a wonderful representation of an ENFP. Is she fabulous? I really don't like the story that much of Little Women. I mean, it's good. I grew up on it. I watched the two older versions, the one with Kirsten Dunst and then the one that's older than this. I actually haven't seen the one that this picture is from, the newest one. I guess it came out pretty recently. But what I can say is that she is a great character and a great representation of ENFPs. Then we have, oh gosh, what's his name? He's from Dead Poets Society, the main character. I'll put the name in there. This character is one of the best. I love the Dead Poets Society as a movie. Just on principle alone, it's a very well created story. And this character is a great example of an ENFP. He uplifts the students there. He helps bring them and motivate them to be better and to improve themselves through the reading, and to not see the reading as some artsy-fartsy thing, but to see it as something that they can use for themselves, to see it as more than just flowery words, to see what's behind it. And he's trying to make it accessible for these young teen boys. And that's fabulous. I have to say, he's probably one of the best ENFP representations out there. Is he better than Clementine? See, Clementine is a little bit more on the darker side of an ENFP, whereas his character is a more well-rounded and developed ENFP who doesn't really have as many issues. So I'm gonna say, because he's more developed and shows what a healthier ENFP can look like, I'm gonna put him above. But really, they're both fantastic. Fantastic. Then we have Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. Again, child's play, but I think she's better than the Genie. I enjoy watching the Genie more. It's fun. However, I think Kiki is a better character overall than the Genie from Aladdin. Does Hayao Miyazaki love ENFPs or something? Because he's got plenty of ENFP characters. I didn't pick them all because I didn't want this to be a ranking list of Hayao Miyazaki ENFPs. I wanted it to be all ENFPs. So, yeah. Then we have Miss Lizzie Bennett from Pride and Prejudice. Now, this is a highly contested personality type. People have guessed her a lot of things, but I think that they actually represent one of the most iconic ENFP-INTJ relationships, Lizzie Bennett being the ENFP and Darcy being the INTJ. I think that she is a fantastic character. I love watching her because she's not necessarily the most extroverted, which is why I think she doesn't get the title of ENFP, because people think E means excitable, eccentric, extroverted, all over the place, and that's not necessarily true. ENFPs can be highly intellectual, like she is. We also have to bring into effect the Enneagram, but that's a whole nother story, whole nother ballpark. That being said, Lizzie Bennett is one of the best representations of ENFP out there. She again is on the better side. But see, I like Clementine because she's more accessible than Lizzie Bennett. Clementine is a modern ENFP, whereas Lizzie Bennett is an ENFP in like the 1700s. I think that she's fantastic. Honestly, one of the best representations of an ENFP out there. Then we have Lorelai from Gilmore Girls, or Lorelai. I've never actually seen Gilmore Girls, so don't hate me. However, what I do know is that Gilmore Girls is one of the most loved TV shows of all time, and Lorelai is a very highly loved character. So I'd have to say that based on that, she's a very good representation of an ENFP and a fictional character in general. I would imagine that on a show that has that many seasons, her character arc better be freaking good, or people would have not watched the show. She's one of the main characters. She's the mom of the main character, I think. I don't know the show. All I know is that she's probably fabulous, but I don't know her well enough to put her anywhere above where she's at. Then we have Marshall from How I Met Your Mother. Also, voice crack much. Okay, How I Met Your Mother is one of those shows that I loved growing up. I watched every single episode I could, and I really love Marshall as a character. I love his whole family and how they are all like 15 pounds when they were born, and then Lily has this moment where she's like freaking out because she's meeting his whole family and she's like, what is going on? And I just love Marshall as a character. He really helps bring his friend Ted out of the is it Ted? Now I don't remember all the names. Is Ted the other guy or is Ted the main character? I don't remember. Anyway, all I know is that Marshall is a fabulous character. Is he, the best ENFP representation? No, but I think that he's pretty good. He is the comedy side of an ENFP, which I think is why there's so many ENFPs in fiction, because we can be really good for comedy. But I really enjoy him as a character, and I think he's a good representation of an ENFP as a male. A lot of ENFPs tend to be females, however, I mean in fiction, but I think we're seeing good representation. It seems like close to half and half male and female, at least from this list. That being said, next, Michael Scott, he's a meme. Need I say more? Everyone knows he's an ENFP. Everyone knows he's a meme. That's what she said is his like catchphrase. He is crazy. He's amazing. His character is the best part about The Office. So yes, he's a meme. He's a meme. Absolutely. There's no contest. Like, did you think he would go in any other category? Then we have Naruto. Now, I'm going to be frank with you guys. I never actually watched Naruto because I've seen a few episodes and I was like, this show is not for me. First of all, it's like 300 episodes or something to get through the whole thing. Second of all, it's a kid's show. Third of all, it never really drew me in because of the audience itself. You know those people who wear like the headbands and go running around the school with their like pretend swords, pretending to be ninjas? Yeah, I didn't want to become one of those people, so I never really got into the show. So I'm gonna put him in Child's Play. I mean, given how much love Naruto has, he's probably gotta be at the best. I mean, like I said, I can't really judge because I haven't seen the show, but what I have seen is people pretty unanimously love Naruto as a character. They love the show. It's not for me. I'm never gonna watch this show, and so whatever your feelings about Naruto, you can go ahead and put them down below. Just know I don't have any strong feelings, so whatever you say is fine. Then we have Olaf from Frozen. Now I also heard that Anna might also be an ENFP. I don't know. I admittedly have never seen Frozen all the way. I've seen bits and pieces of Frozen. I've seen scenes from Frozen. I started watching it once when I was babysitting someone, but we never actually finished it because, other things came up. What kid actually sits through an hour-and-a-half movie? Anyway, we did other things, so I don't really know, but I like Olaf. I think he's cute. He's definitely Child's Play, though. Come on. Is there just maybe like some amazing character stuff going on that I just haven't seen because I haven't watched it all the way through? Let me know down in the comments below. And then we have Phoebe from Friends. Phoebe from France is probably one of the most classic ENFPs out there. I love her character. I love her Smelly Cat song. What I really loved about her, she always inspired me because she was so unabashedly herself in the Friends show. She wore her hippie clothes, she had her traumatic past, but she always made the best of everything that happened, and she was very opportunistic and caring and always helping her friends. She's a beautiful character, a beautiful representation of an ENFP. I'd actually say that she's one of the best. Now, you might contest this. I actually feel like a lot of you will contest this. Fight me. She's one of the best, and I love her. And she's a lot like me in real life. Except I dress a little better, mostly because Tim dresses me. Then we have Pinky. Pinky is one of those that is the most memed ENFP out there. She's used for like half of the ENFP memes, and she's pretty all over the place. She's like an ENFP 7 classic stereotype ENFP. So she's meme. She's meme, she's meme, she's meme. I don't really like My Little Pony, but I understand and respect that a lot of people do. My Little Pony didn't really become a TV show until I was too old to really be interested in it, so I never really watched it. But I did have the Pinky toy, and I have been compared to Pinky, although I don't think I'm nearly as crazy as her character. Like crazy as in all over the place, not crazy as in psycho, sorry. Then we have Tangled Rapunzel's. Tangled Rapunzel's. Rapunzel's Tangled. No, Tangled Rapunzel. That's how you're supposed to say it. I really loved this movie. Now, this is one of my favorite Disney movies, actually. I love Rapunzel as a character. She's very willful and driven, and I liked how the magic worked. I like how it was like a new take on Rapunzel, and I enjoy the overall story arc. That being said, I'd still say probably the best in Child's Play. I don't know, just because I don't know Naruto. You guys can tell me that Naruto should go above her. That's up to you. Then we have Spiderman. I recently played the Spiderman game. It's on PS4, so whatever Spiderman game that is. I'm sure it came out like 3 years ago, 3 years ago, at least. 3 years ago, probably 3 years ago. It's an older game, but he is a definite ENFP. When I was playing this, I was like, wow, am I playing a male version of myself who has spider powers? I want spider powers now. I want to swing through the city and be like actually able to do this. That sounds amazing. So yeah, I really like him as a character. Spider-Man is always one of those superhero movies that despite all of that, I still want to watch. Like, despite it being a superhero movie, I still want to watch. It's one of the only superhero movies that I actually like. I haven't seen The Amazing Spider-Man. Is that the one it is? The new one with not Tobey Maguire. What's his name? He's cute. He's British. He's in Avengers, that one. Haven't seen those, so I don't know all the representations, but I think he's a pretty clear ENFP, debatably ENTP, but the undebatable part is that he's NE dominant. And we're gonna put him in fabulous. I don't think he's the best of the best representation of an ENFP. However, I think that he's a great ENFP. I love everything that I've seen with Spider-Man. I love all the versions, even the Andrew Garfield version, which debatably is the worst version of Spider-Man. I love it all. And moving on, we have SpongeBob. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. I already did Plankton. I already did Patrick. Now we're doing SpongeBob. And I was Googling. Yes, I opened up Google and I checked out SpongeBob. And there's a disproportionately large number of people who think he's an ESFJ. And my question is that to be contrarian? Is that like because you want to go against the stereotype so bad that you refuse to see one of the most obvious examples of an ENFP? I don't know. He is in every way an ENFP. He's just a caring one. He is an Enneagram 2. We don't need to get into Enneagram that much, but he's an Enneagram 2. He loves to take care of other people. ENFPs can be that way. They can love to take care of other people. They're not always like, Pinky and crazy and all over the place. Sometimes they're a little less, but I mean, he's still crazy and all over the place. Krusty Krab pizza, here's the pizza. Okay, I'm done. Then we have Tommy from Rugrats. Rugrats is one of those shows that I grew up on. I loved the Rugrats movie where they went to Paris and then he got that like girlfriend character. I love Rugrats. I watched probably every episode. Oh my god, do you remember there was like a Rugrats grown-up show? Oh my god, I loved that. Anyway, Tommy is apparently an ENFP. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched Rugrats, guys, for probably 15 years. Plus, at least 15 years. So I'm a little rusty, you might say, but I'd say he's child's play for sure. He's probably above Olaf. Like, I don't know. I've definitely seen some of the Olaf songs and I've seen some of his scenes. I'd say Tommy's above. I think that's undebatable. Then we have the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, Will Smith himself is an ENFP, and the Fresh Prince is just a self-insert of Will Smith just pretending to be a fictional character. A lot of it is just basically Will Smith being himself in the confines of a TV show with that lore of having those different people that he's a part of. So yes, he is an ENFP. Yes, the actor himself is also an ENFP. Now, where do we want to put him on this list? That's the question. Man, oh, I'm getting feelings. You know that episode when he gets to see his father? Oh my god, such a good episode. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. How high do we put him up? How high do we put him on this list? Is it wrong to put Aang below Spider-Man? I think it is. Should Aang go up here? I think we should. I think Aang should be on the best of the best. And then Fresh Prince of Bel-Air has to be in the fabulous group. Maybe above Marshall? Yeah, I think above Marshall. And then finally, we have Zoe Deschanel. I just picked a picture of Zoe Deschanel, which is interesting because many times I have been compared to her, especially like in high school. I used to do the bang thing a lot. Zoe Deschanel has always done the bang thing, and I'm doing the bang thing now. Do I look like her? Probably not. I mean, I'm wearing glasses, but we have the same color eyes and we have a similar hair color when my hair is dark. Anyway, that's besides the point. Zoe Deschanel never plays a character other than an ENFP. Actually, I don't know if she's ever played any character other than herself in anything that she's ever been in. She's what you might call typecasted as the manic pixie girl in most things that she's in. One of my favorite shows is The New Girl, where she plays Jess. I love Jess. And I would say that Zoe Deschanel is the most memed ENFP out there. I mean, her acting career itself is a meme. She's always the same character and it's always an ENFP. She's always flighty. She's always got these crazy ideas. She's always got some kind of music thing going on. Anyway, I digress. She's classic. She's a meme. That's my list. This is my list. I don't even know if really Jean should be in the Hold My Beer section. I don't even know why I made a Hold My Beer section because clearly I don't have any strong negative feelings towards any of these characters. I mean, they're ENFPs. How can you not love ENFP characters? Are there ENFPs that you wish were on this list and weren't? Let me know down below. Also, let me know what character you want to see next. I am ready for the next character ranking tier list. I was thinking maybe ISTJ, maybe even ESFP, maybe even ESFJ, maybe ISFJ. ISFJ could be fun. There are a lot of really good ISFJs in fiction. Let me know what characters we should rank next. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can check out when I post that video. And if you're interested right now, you can go ahead and check out the other ranking tier list videos. We've done a lot of the types. There's a lot of characters out there. And if you would like to support me and what I do, go ahead and check out buymeacoffee.com/heartofmichi. My boyfriend says I should cut back on coffee. What do you guys think? Is there ever such a thing as enough coffee in your life? I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a beautiful, amazing, fantastic day. Bye!